Spark Books here. Today, I'm going to explain the book, The Bartering Mindset, by Brian C. Gunia. Take care, enjoy the book, and have a nice day. The Bartering Mindset, 2019, details a method for negotiation that applies the mindset of bartering economies of the past, in which people traded goods and services to get what they needed, to today's monetary economy. By breaking down the bartering mindset into a 5-step process, these sparks will help you cultivate a more sophisticated approach to negotiating. Key idea number 1, the money mindset narrows negotiations. Distributive behavior is discussed in negotiation books. It means using persuasion or being the first to make an offer when negotiating. Most negotiators use distributive behavior because it works. Statistically, people who make the first offer get the best deal. People rely on distributive behavior because their monetary mindset lends itself to this strategy. When negotiating with a financial mindset, you bring assumptions. First, you see yourself as a party with opposing goals. You assume a better deal for one party is worse for the other. This usually leads buyer and seller to seek a compromise, which helps avoid conflict but means each party gets a smaller slice. Donald Trump's demand that Mexico pay for a border wall is an example of distributive behavior resulting from a monetary mindset. Mexican President Enrique P. rejected Trump's plan, and their positions were mutually exclusive. This required compromise to avoid further conflict. What if negotiations didn't require compromise? Integrative behavior helps. Integrative behavior uses trust building and information exchange to appease opposing parties' mutual interests. Using integrative behavior, we can broaden the scope of our negotiations so each side gets more. Successful negotiators use both integrative and distributive behaviors, research shows. Even people well versed in negotiation techniques don't use integrative behaviors. According to the 2013 Forbes article, negotiators still aren't getting to yes. Our monetary mindset leads us to negotiate distributively, even though integrative behaviors are best. We must adopt an integrative mindset to become skilled negotiators. The bartering mindset does exactly that. Follow it, and all parties will get a bigger pie. Key idea number 2. Idealized bartering economies show the bartering mindset. You've probably bartered. Maybe you traded toys with a friend or mowed a neighbor's lawn. Daily bartering is rare. Before we apply the bartering mindset to our monetary economy, we need to understand bartering. Like a monetary mindset person, a barterer has assumptions. Imagine a farmer on a prairie, let's call him Keith. Keith's crops and produce usually meet his family's needs. When his daughter sprains her ankle, he must trade what he has for medical care. So he takes a wagon of goods to a nearby market. Keith is both a buyer and a seller because he needs to sell his goods. Doctors aren't interested in his produce, he's learned. So he must trade his corn for iron, which doctors use for medical instruments, to help his daughter. Keith knows he must engage many people. Before approaching anyone, he must assess the market. He knows everyone has different needs and offerings. Since he can only get a good deal if his trading partners do, he must be creative in choosing them. An ironmonger may trade less corn for eggs. Keith can approach people once he understands the market. With his trading partners' needs in mind, he can talk to them and ask for their needs and offerings. By building trust, he won't appear dishonest if he decides the deal isn't enough. Keith can help his daughter by following certain steps. You'll learn how to adopt Keith's mindset in the following sparks. Key idea number 3, bartering negotiators define needs and offerings first. How would you approach your boss about a raise? Most people request a boss meeting to discuss their performance and ask for a raise. They may ask for more than they want, assuming they'll have to settle. If you approach a problem with a bartering mindset, you may not have to compromise. First, define your needs and your offerings thoroughly. Deeply defining your needs means explaining why you need something. Do you need a raise to cover commuting costs? Once you know the answer, you can define your needs by considering what else you'll need to meet that need. A raise may help with commuting costs. To save on gas, buy a fuel-efficient car or join Costco. After defining your needs, examine what you can offer. First, assess the value you offer your negotiation partners. If this is your boss, list your company's benefits. Your analytical skills may help you produce flawless reports. Examine what you can offer. Your boss complains about travel. Could you take on his traveling projects? Or perhaps a contact in another department is looking to fill a position in which you'd excel. Remember that at this stage, this work is only for you. Creative solutions are key. Key idea number 4, identify your transaction partner's needs and offerings. First, you clarified your needs and offerings. You should also know your partners. Second, define your potential transaction partners. Again, be creative to expand your options. You run a cafe. Although you're known for your hot drinks and breakfast pastries, costs have risen. Your landlord just hinted at a rent increase. Your bank account is almost empty, so that's bad news. You've done step 1, So you know you must ensure the business's viability. You know you must cut costs, increase revenue, and strengthen community ties. If you had a financial mindset, you might be negotiating your rent. How about finding new transaction partners? To boost sales, advertise your cafe before movie screenings or sell pastries at the grocery store. Consider buying ingredients from local farmers to save money. You can strengthen community ties by displaying local artists' work. Once you've considered all of your potential partners, map out their needs and offerings. You've already started by considering your strengths. In step 1, you explained how providing pastries to the community boosts your cafe's value. Your landlord wants timely rent, your customers want bottomless coffee, and your local movie theater may need referrals. As you compare your needs and offerings to those of potential partners, you'll realize how many potential solutions you've found. Key idea number 5. Identify power partnerships by analyzing trades and relationships. You know your potential partner's needs and offerings. Combine this information with your map of what you need and offer to predict the most powerful market partnerships. Predicting relationship power has 3 stages. First, turn your needs and offerings into trades. Make a chart showing how a partner's offerings will meet your needs and how you can meet their needs. In the first column, you might note how advertising before movies could boost revenue. Second, note that your cafe could distribute theater flyers. Next, evaluate the costs and benefits of these trades for you and your potential partners. Consider time and money when calculating the execution cost. At this stage, the goal isn't to map out the costs of every trade, but to identify your most valuable partnerships. Identifying the most beneficial and affordable partners gives you a head start on the third stage, assessing your holistic picture. The best way to assess your partnerships is to divide them into 4 categories: high benefit/low cost, high benefit/high cost, low benefit/low cost, and low benefit/high cost. With your new list, you can evaluate partnership potential. Consider trading with one partner to complement another. If your cafe is advertising and attracting new customers, local artists may be interested in exhibiting their work with you to gain exposure. You could also contact them. By understanding your relationships with your partners, you can predict which will be most helpful. You'll see how this work pays off in the next blink. Key idea number 6. Fifth, seek out the most powerful potential partnerships. After identifying your strongest relationships, you can negotiate. Before making offers, remember that you're not trying to secure a deal or pave the way for one. You're instead trying to learn about your partners and the market. You want to test your assumptions about partners without burning bridges if you don't pursue a deal. Introduce yourself, bring up your needs, meet the other party's needs, meet your needs, and conclude. Let's use a cafe to illustrate. Say you've identified 6 potential power partnerships, including a grocer. Establish a relationship and trust with him before bringing up your needs. Common ground can help. If the grocer's office has sailboat pictures, ask if you have marina friends in common. After thanking him for the meeting, you should discuss a possible partnership. Now, state your needs. If you share your needs, he may share his. So you could mention your revenue challenges, then pivot to his needs. Suggest you've been thinking about selling your pastries outside your cafe and driving customers to his store instead of the supermarket. If he's hesitant, ask how your cafe can help his business. Then, politely ask to discuss your needs again and frame your questions as a potential trade. You could offer him pastries and print coupons for his store on your cafe's receipts and ask if he'd advertise your cafe in exchange. As you end the conversation, restate your interest in the partnership and say you'd like both parties to consider it. After approaching all potential partners, use new information to confirm or refine your list. Key idea number 7. Multi-issue offers bridge bartering and money, MEOs. Once you've decided which power partnerships to pursue, you can begin value claiming. That means adopting a financial perspective. Caution, too abruptly pushing one issue can disrupt your work. Integrate bartering and money with a multi-issue offer, MIO. MEOs address all negotiable issues at once, unlike COs. Pastries, window signage, and coupons would be bundled in your grocery store negotiation. Here's an example of the offer. You offer to deliver 500 pastries daily to the grocer and print coupons for his business on cafe receipts. In return, the grocer will give you 50 cents per pastry, a $500 monthly printing fee for coupons, and a sign in his largest window. Since you're making a beneficial initial offer, your MEO is clearly monetary. The grocer probably won't walk away because he'll see your offer as an extension of your previous multi-issue conversation. Since you're not directly linking the price of the pastries to the quantity, he'll view the money differently. Your offer should remind him of your mutual benefits. He'll likely mention the offer's flaws, creating an implicit MEO, or he'll counter with an explicit MEO, such as 300 pastries per day, coupons for 45 cents per pastry, a $450 printing fee, and a sign in the largest window except during sales. You can use his concern about the number of pastries to make your next counteroffer more favorable to both of you. What if the grocer refuses a fair deal? You can leave the deal with a healthy relationship because you bartered. You can then use any of your 4 other potential partnerships to keep your business afloat and strengthen your network. Bartering helps you negotiate integratively. By understanding your needs and potential partners, you can broaden the scope of potential solutions to your problems and negotiate for mutually beneficial deals. To view more content like this, subscribe. Don't forget to like and turn on notifications. The channel really benefits from it. I appreciate you being here.